I'm Blair Briard.
I'm Naomi McDougall-Jones.
I'm Ryan Cunningham.
And we're fiercely independent. Yeah, there aren't enough women in film by 1.5 miles, and we're going to probably talk about what to do about that, I would guess, and why it matters.
I think we're also talking about crossing the lines in our careers and kind of taking unusual career paths and crossing the line from more managerial roles within film, moving into creative roles.
I think part of it is that there are not enough women who are being trained in the creative end of things. We're great managers, we're great producers, we're great problem solvers, but what about being a storyteller? Yes. So women in directing schools, UCLA directing, NYU directing, and writing programs and directing programs, and really being able to tell stories and how stories get told in the medium that we work in. I think that's a big obstacle. It's one thing to say we want to hire more women directors, but women directors need to be trained. Yeah. So they need to have opportunities to go to school and to get into writing programs, and we need people to buy the stories. The buyers who are out there, the agencies, the networks, the studios, we need them to say, we want to hear stories told from a female perspective. It doesn't always mean it has to be told about women. I can tell a story about a man as well as a man can tell a story about a woman. And it's interesting to have different perspectives. So I think that's another obstacle, is that we have to help women get trained from the ground up. Not just below the line, but above the line.
Well, and a big piece of that, so women are graduating from film schools at 50% at this point, but the biggest drop-off happens between film school and their first feature film. So it goes from 50% to 18%, so a massive problem is a lack of funding for women's films. So it's not just that the studios aren't hiring at parity, which is actually a very simple problem to solve in the sense that if you just hire women at parity, then the problem is solved, but also that you have to finance their movies at parity, too.
I think it's also, building on Blair's point, having more mentorship opportunities as well for women, and just more opportunities in general to help build the confidence that it takes to get out there and be a storyteller.
And beyond mentorship, advocacy, because mentorship is one thing, but what's required for any creative career in a very tough industry is somebody ahead of you in the ladder putting their neck on the line and saying, I believe in that person, even though they have no track record. And we need way more men specifically to do that for women.
That's true. That's true.
You absolutely must find a way to make your movies because we desperately need your voice.
Yeah, and I would say figure out a way to do it, even if it means making it on your iPhone or making a web series, because then you have something to show. You have a calling card that people can look at and watch or read and say, oh yeah, I can see that there's a voice there.
Yeah, don't wait to get picked, because you probably won't get picked because the system will not pick you. So do it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, don't wait. Just honestly go and do it. Shoot it on your phone. Make it happen. Just go do it.
Well, I think it's great that Woodstock's having this Women in Film panel to give a forum to have this conversation.
Yeah, the Woodstock Film Festival is kind of run by a fiercely independent woman, Ms. Blaustein, who's incredible and has also really given a lot of opportunities for female filmmakers. It's great to be in Woodstock. It's fun and different and individual, and I think that the panels that are here and the films that are being shown are not like, you can't find them anywhere else. They're really interesting and specific and different, and it's worth making the trek here to see what's on offer.